The practice of naming storms holds significance beyond simple designation, influencing public perception and response to severe weather. Between 1953 and 1979, tropical storms and hurricanes in the United States received exclusively female names, reflecting the cultural, institutional, and psychological context of the time rather than purely meteorological reasons. This policy emerged from earlier conventions, maritime traditions, and ingrained gender stereotypes, eventually changing to include male names due to mounting criticism. In the early 20th century, storms were typically identified by year, location, or notable events, with figures like Australian meteorologist Clement Wragg experimenting with naming methods that included women's names. During World War II, U.S. meteorologists adopted the practice of naming storms after women for ease and communication clarity, a system formalized in 1953 by the U.S. Weather Bureau. The exclusive use of female names for hurricanes was justified by tradition and perceived mnemonic advantages, but heavily criticized for reinforcing gender stereotypes. The notion that storms' destructive nature aligned with cliched views of femininity, such as being temperamental, underscored this regime. Despite growing awareness, inertia delayed reform until feminist activism catalyzed policy change in 1979. Sociologically, gendered naming influenced public response. Storms with female names reportedly prompted weaker reactions, translating into higher casualty rates. This suggests that public perception skewed by gender biases played a part in the perceived threat level. Activists argued that this practice perpetuated derogatory attitudes towards women, prompting revision towards gender neutrality and equitable representation. The transition to alternating male and female names not only improved operational clarity, but also represented a cultural shift toward more inclusive practices. Though enhancing communication, the legacy of gendered naming conventions persists in testing how bias can infiltrate scientific and risk communication. As climate change escalates storm frequency and severity, refining naming protocols to mitigate inherent biases becomes increasingly crucial. This evolution underscores the intersection of meteorology, culture, and gender, highlighting the profound implications of ostensibly procedural decisions. In conclusion, the historical use of exclusively female names for storms invites critical reflection on how technical systems both reflect and shape societal norms.